X, before we start the show, I've got to ask you probably the most important question of this podcast tonight. Who's come back with a better tan?
Oh, I did not see that question coming, actually. To be honest, the fact that I didn't even notice you had one would suggest that I have, because I've noticed my own. And actually, someone at work today said I was looking well, which I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
It normally means you put on weight, mate, to be honest.
No, I think it meant that I looked horrendous before, and now I look slightly okay with a tan, because looking well makes it suggest that you're alive at best. So, yeah, probably we'll have to compare afterwards. To be honest, all I can see is your arms.
Yeah, to be fair, mate, I mean, I asked that question deliberately because it's obviously me that's got a better tan than you. I mean, when you said you're going to Portugal, I thought you meant the country, and Portugal's obviously a little place in Sussex somewhere, I don't know.
Mate, that's absolute bollocks, because my tan is brilliant. Thank you. Actually, wait, we better clarify whether we're allowed to swear on this one or not.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
I started very early on. Let's try to limit it to just that for now.
All starters were meant to go on.
Yeah, exactly. This table in front is reflecting my tan. That's the look. Can't you see? This table's usually white.
I think it's because the walls behind you are white and you're camouflaged into it.
Maybe.
I had to think where you were for a second.
Thank God this is going on to YouTube, because otherwise it's completely wasted on the podcast, isn't it? So,
just.
How was your holiday?
It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'd go as far as to say it was probably the best family holiday I've ever had.
I'm glad you said family, because you've been to Ibiza with me.
Yes, true. So I did caveat that with family, and we've had some good times in Ibiza as well. And I have to be careful because we're on camera now, so I won't go into details why it was so good, but it was good. But however, I did kind of find myself morphing into Andy Carroll when I was in Turkey. And it's the strangest thing, because I said to the wife, I said, listen, I'm going to be as active as possible on this holiday, and and I mean that in a sporting terms as well. And I said, I'm going to play football every day, I'm going to get involved in water polo. So she said, oh, that's brilliant. So I eased off the drink a little bit as well, and I wanted to take it seriously, and I don't often get the chance to play a bit of football. So played the first game. Scored something in the region of about 14 goals, standard for me, X, as you know.
Was this the under-11s match?
Yeah, well, yeah, I actually weren't too far off, to be honest with you. The second game, I just played this unbelievable through ball that Trevor Brooking would have been proud of, right in front of my 12-year-old teammate, and literally as the ball left my foot, my quad just pinged. Honestly, it just went, and it was awful. I mean, I've had quite a few pulls in football, and this is one of the worst I've had. So that literally counted me out of football for the rest of the holiday, and I got the ump a little bit with that a couple of days in, and I said to Kate, my missus, I said, I'll tell you, I'm going to play a bit of water polo. So she said, you sure? What about your leg? I said, all right, it's in water, no problem. So anyway, I've walked over to the swimming pool, and they've got even numbers, so I'm a little bit late. So they've already got 5 and 5. So I walked over to the bird with a whistle. And I said, any chance I can jump in on this, or am I a bit late? So she's blown the whistle, paused the game. Now every geezer now is watching me with the right because they're wondering why they've paused a competitive game of water polo whilst this bird's talking to me. So she hummed and ahhed and said, oh, it's okay, go on the black team. So I put my little cap on, jumped into the water, and I tell you what, sure as shit, right? I was in there for 5 minutes. And the ball's come over from the keeper. I've jumped up to catch it, and the ball was landed square on the tops of my fingers. I've been in there not even 5 minutes, right? And because this is being filmed, right, this is for the benefit of the camera, this is what the fingers should look like, yeah? Look what mine look like. Are you picking that up, Sam?
No, I can't see anything either.
Well, you can't see the difference between those two. Two are pointing in.
Your strange hands, isn't it?
X, look, I'm going to show you.
Okay. Then fair enough, I can see
So you can pick that up, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely painless, but they're literally deformed now. I mean, they haven't gone back into place, so that's
your
really
love life
concerning.
ruined?
Yeah, well, or enhanced. It depends. It depends what you're going to do with these fingers, I suppose.
So.
But then I had to pause the game to get out and explain to her that I can't play anymore. So now I've got like a lynch mob after me saying, who is this geezer? Do you know what I mean? So apart from that, my holiday was really, really good. Really good. What about yours down in Sussex, mate? Any good?
It was absolutely superb. To be honest with you, being in prim condition like I am, I sustained no injuries throughout the whole holiday. Admittedly, my activity stretched from walking from my bed to the sun lounger, occasionally to somewhere to eat or drink, and then back to sun lounger, and then to my bed. So it was quite hard to sustain an injury doing that. But yeah, really, really good. Thank you. you. I watched a few games out there. I watched the Aston Villa playoff win in an English pub. Made a few friends out there, and would you believe, even got recognised for my voice at the bar in Portugal.
I would believe it. Yeah, I remember you telling me when I was in Turkey as well, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. But it's surreal, though, isn't it?
It is a little bit weird when you're in Portugal. You don't suspect it. So shout out to my. I actually forgot the name of the pub, The Ball. I think it was The Ball in Playa de Luz crew, because they said they're going to be listening to this week. So, yeah, shout out to you and thank you for the pints. And, yeah, you were better company than Dave. Did I tell him?
Well, talking of watching games, did you see Liverpool-Tottenham on the Saturday?
We got back on the Saturday.
Oh, so you were back by then?
I was back in England. By then, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was quite tired, so I actually fell asleep during it, and I missed the best moment of the game, which was the streaker running onto the pitch. Other than that, it was absolutely dire. So, yeah, I got back in time, and then I set my alarm to get up and watch the Joshua fight as well. So if that was much more of a spectacle than the football.
Yeah, of course. Well, needless to say, I was absolutely over the moon with the Tottenham result. I mean, I was still in Turkey at the time, and the majority of the people watching it were Liverpool, actually, but there was a few Tottenham here and there, but they soon made a swift exit when the second one went in, and it was just brilliant, because we couldn't have had them win that, could we?
No, I was absolutely delighted as well. And to confirm how much hatred the Walker family must have to Tottenham, I was on Facebook today and I noticed that your wife has posted an anti-Tottenham post about 2 hours ago. So
Did she?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely anti-Tottenham anyway.
Absolutely.
And I thought, you've trained her well.
Yeah, they're all trained in my house. Even my daughters are well trained.
Same as mine. When Tottenham fuck it up, is a regularly sung lullaby at night, so to get them to sleep.
That old classic.
Yeah, that one. That and Stamford Bridge is falling down there. That's what. And we hate Millwall. We like to send my girls to sleep in a peaceful way.
The new West Ham under fives coming at you for 2019.
ICF.